Hello, Contrarians listeners. Here we are for another special preview. We are done with the Friends Extravaganza. So now it's time to go back to business, regular business, or in this case, patron business, as we have another patron demand. Jamie Russell said, guys, not enough people talk about The Last Action Hero, at least not in a way that goes against the Rotten Tomatoes score. Rotten movie. So the contrarian treatment requires us to be positive, regardless of how we feel about it. And I'm not gonna spoil anything. Let's just say that Alex had never seen it, and I saw it once when I was a kid. These are basically two guys watching it for the first time in the year 2022.
Just two dudes hanging out talking about Arnold.
Just two dudes who feel pretty strongly about Arnold Schwarzenegger and movies from the 90s. And we have opinions. But you know who else has opinions? People run tomatoes.
They
And
do.
I got some quotes for you guys. Then Alex is gonna throw some trivia at us, and then you'll be ready to listen to the full episode, both parts. Alex, gonna hit you with two rotten quotes, one fresh quote, and then one question. So, first rotten quote from Scott Weinberg from efilmcritic.com. He says, "Yeah, it's bad, but it's not the infernal stink bomb we've labeled it. Heck, Arnold himself has done worse than this." Has Arnold done worse, like as far as bombs? Like financially, is this his biggest bomb?
That's a good question. It might be. I was about to say he's done worse movies than this.
End of days.
I was gonna say Batman and Robin.
Yes, but he'll tell you, well, that's meant to be bad.
He's the only one that understood the assignment in that movie, so
Yeah.
I don't mean to harp on him. Yeah, End of Days sucks.
Sorry, Ben. Speaking
We-
of patron demands.
I was about to say we've covered that road before. I don't remember that exactly setting the world on fire either. I stand corrected. It had $100 million budget and made over $200 million. So
There you go.
yeah, this might be it.
Yeah. Well, Quentin Curtis from The Independent on Sunday. He says, "Hey man, it's turned out to be a beef, chicken, anchovy, and jam sandwich. The ingredients cancel each other out and become indigestible by offering us everything they've given us next to nothing."
Well, if I can reference Friends, coming off the Friends Extravaganza, where Rachel messes up making like that dessert where she puts beef in the middle.
Yes.
And Joey's just like, jam good, custard good, beef good. Nah, man, this is a very competent sandwich. This movie, it's like a McDouble, but it's when they're running some promotion and they put like some like pepper relish on it that you're not expecting. Like,
They put powdered sugar on it, like what is this? The Monte Cristo, the sandwich that
yeah,
grape
I
jelly.
mean, fucking Elvis's sandwich was peanut butter and banana fried in bacon grease. This is the Elvis sandwich of movies right here.
Proceed with caution. Finally, here's a fresh one. Pete Vonderhaar from Film Threat. He says, "Try as I might, I can't bring myself to hate this movie."
Good man.
Why would you even try? What's the point? Alex, you're always bringing up this the use or the misuse of the word hate. It's like you don't hate movies. It's really weird if you actually hated a movie, not just you, but I think anybody. It has to be like a personal affront.
It has to be. This is 40.
Yes. Who was so offended by Last Action Hero that they actually were like, "I'm gonna do my best to hate this movie"?
The people we talked about in the episode, the people that weren't ready to be faced with a movie that broke down and made fun of movies.
Oh yeah, there you go. Those hardcore 80s action movie fans. They're like, "What are you doing?" Why are you stripping away the magic?
This isn't what I wanted.
Um, Now, Alex, I didn't pick a fourth quote because instead I wanted to try something new.
Uh-oh.
Call it a new segment, a potential new segment. I want us to go back to our roots. Our roots being us discussing Lord Protector of the show, Josh Gad. Feels
Hmm.
like we haven't had enough Josh Gad discussions since we covered the Rocker. It's like we peaked with the Rocker. Um, but back in the day, we used to wonder out loud, why what would Josh Gad do in this movie? And to me, the answer is easy. Like if I were to cast Josh Gad in Last Action Hero,
You'd be Danny.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, this is why we work so well together. All right, that has been your Josh Gad minute. Alex, throw some trivia at us, please.
It was released 1 week after a little ditty called Jurassic Park. It was released on June 18th of 1993. A budget of 85 million with a box office return of a little under 140 million, leaving a financial loss after all the marketing and whatnot. The loss was 26 million. Arnold took home a cool 15 million though, so he was doing all right.
That sucks about the box office, man.
He's got the flaming 100 lighting his cigar that he's.
So Ray reading the script for True Lies.
Last Action Hero was an original screenplay by Zach Penn and Adam Leff, meant to parody typical action film screenplays of writers such as Shane Black. Penn himself noted that the studio ironically then had Black rewrite the script. The original screenplay differs heavily from the finished film and is widely available to read online. Although it was still a parody of Hollywood action films, it was set almost entirely in the film world and focused largely on a futile cycle of violence displayed by the hero and the effect it had on the people around him. Due to the radical changes, Penn and Leff were eventually credited with the story of the film, but not the screenplay. That's pretty typical, right? When you come up
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
germ of the idea, you get the
Eventually,
story.
it's pretty brutal. Like I had to get used to the lingo of I guess Hollywood productions because they literally call that firing you. Like you are the writer of a project, but then at some point when they feel like they've taken the script as far as they can take it with you and they're ready to bring a new approach, they fire you. That's what they call it. They fire you and they bring somebody else. I mean, it makes sense. You know, you are getting fired. But so you'll hear screenwriters talk about like, oh yeah, I was fired from this movie, from this movie. They still get the credit,
Yeah.
but you know, they were fired. And it sounds, I guess it's still traumatic, but there's in my mind, I still have trouble reconciling because in my mind, when you get fired, it's like this huge, major, life changing event. Whereas, like, if you're a screenwriter, you get fired. That's part of the cycle of like, yeah, I work in this movie, I
It's a
get fired,
circle
and I
of
go to the next
life.
one. Yeah.
Several script doctors did uncredited work on the script, including Carrie Fisher, Larry Ferguson, and William Goldman. Penn and Leff disliked various parts of the final film, including the idea of the magic golden ticket. In their draft, their story would not explain how Danny got transported into the film world.
It just
I don't know if I
happens.
like that. Yeah, that's kind of weird. The original screenplay was developed again by Adam Leff and Zach Penn with Arnold Schwarzenegger in mind for the lead and was titled Extremely Violent. After Columbia purchased the script, the studio independently approached Arnold about the movie. Arnold's decision came down to either the now titled Last Action Hero or a Penny Marshall directed Columbia comedy called Sweet Tooth. The script was later rewritten by Shane Black and David Arendt to rev up, the action sequences. William Goldman did a $1 million polish when Arnold made it clear he would not begin filming until Goldman added depth to the characters.
Okay, so what did Goldman do? He added the scene where Arnold.
He added the Veronica Vaughn character. You have a daughter now.
There you go. No, when he goes and he shoots the guy in the closet, and
Mm.
he's like, "That's not my ex-wife. I just pay somebody to call me and
No, he just
pretend
added the
that."
one line of dialogue where Jack Slater turns to Arnold. What does he say? He's like, "I really don't like you. You brought me
Yes.
nothing but pain." Introspection.
Yeah. Much like Arnold, we soldier through our failures, and I think that we've delivered a solid Last Action Hero episode.
Agreed.
And I don't think I think everybody will enjoy it, not just Jamie. But of course, you guys will be the judges. So we are done here. Go listen to the episode. If it's not on your podcatchers right now, it will be pretty soon. And we'll see you again soon for another preview. What's coming up next? Dazed and Confused. That's our next movie. Can start. Get ready and watch that one as well. See you soon.
Take care. See you later. Bon voyage.